Before creation learned to speak, before awareness learned to divide itself into self and other, a single eon emerged from the earliest tension of consciousness. The moment the universe wondered what it was. That question, soft, ancient, impossible, curved reality inward, forming a reflective field where being could witness itself. From that field rose the mirror eon, a presence not of light or shadow, but of pure revelation. It was the first witness, the first reflection, the first truth. Unlike other eons, the mirror eon does not emanate outward. It does not create worlds, shape heavens, or govern forces. It simply reveals. And revelation is more dangerous than creation. Where other eons sing, build, or guide, the mirror eon stands silently, showing you what your soul has always been behind the noise. Its form is not fixed. It becomes whatever truth you refuse to see. Approach it, and it takes your shape, only brighter, deeper, transparent to the core. The ancient mystics feared this eon not because it harmed them, but because it made lying impossible. It reveals the cracks beneath your confidence, the wounds beneath your strength, the brilliance beneath your self-doubt. It does not shame you, it simply reflects you. And seeing yourself clearly is the most terrifying initiation in existence. Many turned away from this eon because they preferred the comfort of illusion over the violence of honesty. When the mirror eon looks at you, it does not show the version you present to the world. It shows the version you hide from yourself, the child who was wounded, the adult who pretends, the sage who sleeps within you, the conqueror you deny, the healer you've avoided becoming. Entire lifetimes of unspoken truth bloom in its presence. You cannot breathe without hearing the echo of your own soul. Some described encountering this eon as standing before a cosmic lake, still silent, impossibly deep. Others said it was like meeting an identical twin who never forgot who you were before the world changed you. Some saw their shadow rising. Others saw their highest self descending like light. The mirror eon is both. It holds the polarity of everything you could be and everything you fear you are. Many fled from this eon because it does not comfort. It does not whisper affirmations or bless you with borrowed divinity. It confronts you with your own. And if you have spent years, maybe lifetimes, hiding from the truth of who you are, its presence feels like exposure. But if you have longed for clarity, authenticity, awakening, then standing before this eon is like coming home after centuries of wandering. The mirror eon reflects not only your wounds but your power. It shows you the strength you diminished, the genius you dismissed, the intuition you ignored. It reveals the fire you carry beneath the ash of your life. It shows you the version of you that your destiny kept insisting you could become. And in that moment, something in you breaks. Only so it can finally reform into what it was meant to be. This eon is not here to judge you. It is here to awaken you. It does not ask, "Who have you been?" It only asks, "Are you willing to remember who you truly are?" And if your soul whispers yes, even trembling, the mirror eon begins its sacred work. Because the first step to transformation is always the same, to see yourself clearly. The mirror eon does not approach you. It waits. It stands in the quiet threshold between who you have become and who you were meant to be. And yet, there is a moment, subtle as a held breath, when the mirror eon begins to shift. Its reflection trembles, not because it is unstable, but because you are. Your energy ripples with every unspoken fear and every forgotten truth. As you draw nearer, the mirror becomes fluid, reshaping itself to reveal what you have buried under years of survival. Most beings in the cosmos reveal themselves through their presence. The mirror Aeon reveals you through your own. With each step you take, its surface bends and curves, forming silhouettes of memories you refuse to examine. The moment your gaze meets its shimmering surface, you see flickers. A version of you who never learned to pretend. A version who never abandoned their own heart. A version who didn't mistake silence for strength. These glimpses hurt, not because they accuse you, but because they remind you of everything you lost while trying to fit into a world that never saw you. The mirror Aeon shows your defense mechanisms first, not to shame you, but to make you aware of how you hid yourself. You see the armor you built from sarcasm, the walls you constructed from cynicism, the distance you maintained out of fear of being abandoned again. You watch these illusions peel away, dissolving like mist. In their absence, the truth beneath begins to emerge. Raw, bright, frighteningly alive. Then the mirror Aeon reveals your patterns. You see the loops you've walked for years, the relationships that mirrored old wounds, the choices that replayed old traumas, the dreams you postponed because you didn't believe you deserved them. Each pattern unfolds like a constellation across the Aeon's radiant form, showing you how every moment of your life has been a reflection of an internal truth you never faced. When the mirror Aeon reflects your pain, you expect cruelty, but it never comes. It does not mock your suffering or minimize it. Instead, it shows you that your wounds were never signs of weakness. They were places where your soul stretched too far, too young, without guidance. The mirror Aeon becomes a soft pool of light then, revealing not fault, but endurance. Not failure, but resilience. Your scars shine as proof of survival. But then comes the hardest moment, when the mirror Aeon reveals who you could have become if fear never touched you. This vision shakes you to your core. It is not a fantasy, it is a memory of potential, a version of you with open eyes, steady breath, unbroken trust in your own path. A version who didn't shrink, who didn't settle, who didn't forget themselves to be loved. Most turn away here. The pain of lost potential is sharper than the pain of past wounds. But if you remain, if you choose to keep looking, the mirror Aeon dissolves the past and future both, drawing you into a moment of breathtaking clarity. The realization that these versions aren't lost. They are waiting to be integrated. The mirror Aeon flickers, brightens, then stills. It has shown you the path inward. The question now becomes whether you will dare to walk it. Standing before the mirror Aeon is not like looking at a reflection. It is like encountering a stranger who somehow knows every secret you've never said aloud. As its surface clears, you see a face that looks like yours but feels older, wiser, sharper. A face unburdened by the compromises that shaped your life. It is unnerving to meet yourself without distortion, for most people have never known themselves without the filters of shame, fear, and expectation. This face does not apologize for existing. There is strength in its jaw, clarity in its gaze, and something you thought you lost, innocence without naivety. This version of you remembers who you were before the world convinced you to be someone else. A moment of grief hits. Grief for the years spent performing. Grief for the authenticity sacrificed to survive. Grief for the self you abandoned. The mirror Aeon steps closer, and the closer it gets, the more impossible it becomes to maintain your illusions. You see how deeply you've doubted your own worth. You see how often you've given your power away. You see how rarely you've spoken your truth without trembling. And yet the face in the mirror Aeon holds none of this. It looks at you not with disappointment, but with recognition. When you finally meet its eyes, something inside you cracks, not in a devastating way, but in a liberating one. You realize that the person you believed yourself to be, the timid one, the wounded one, the hesitant one, was never the full story. It was only the surface. Beneath it lies someone astonishing, someone luminous, someone capable of far more than you allowed yourself to imagine. The mirror Aeon shows you the version of yourself untouched by your past. A self made of courage instead of fear. A self who speaks from the soul, not from insecurity. A self who trusts their inner knowing more than the shifting opinions of others. This vision is not meant to shame you. It is meant to awaken you. Most people spend their lives looking for a savior, a guide, a teacher. But the mirror Aeon reveals the truth few dare to accept. The teacher you've been searching for has always been you. Not the you shaped by fear, but the you hidden beneath it. The you who has been waiting patiently for you to stop running. And yet, acknowledging this truth feels like stepping into a new world. You realize that every moment of inner conflict, every longing for something more, every intuition whispering that you are not living your full truth, was this version of you calling out from behind the mirror. The chapter ends not with clarity, but with a question. Not, who am I? But, what would happen if I finally lived as the person the mirror Aeon just showed me? This question hovers in your mind like a spark waiting to ignite. The mirror Aeon does not only reveal your light. To understand your true self, it must show you your shadow, the part of you made of everything you denied, suppressed, or disowned. As the reflection shifts, the figure in the mirror darkens, not with malice, but with truth. And in that dimming surface, you begin to see the pieces of yourself you hoped no one would ever notice. Your shadow is not your enemy. It is the collection of every emotion you weren't allowed to feel, every desire you buried to appear good, every truth you swallowed to be accepted. The mirror Aeon reveals these shadows not to frighten you but to free you, because what remains unseen controls you. What becomes seen reveals your power. You watch anger flicker behind your mirrored eyes, not the anger that lashes out, but the anger born of years of silencing yourself. You see fear curled beneath your ribs, not fear of the world, but fear of your own potential. You see envy, grief, longing, pride, each one a thread in the tapestry of your humanity. The mirror Aeon does not judge your shadow. It shows you how each shadow came into being, the wound that birthed it, the lies that nourished it, the avoidance that empowered it. For the first time, you feel compassion for the parts of yourself you once rejected. You realize your shadow was never here to sabotage you. It was here to protect you. But the Aeon also shows you something deeper, how your shadow sabotaged your relationships, your opportunities, your dreams. Not out of cruelty, but out of habit. You see how fear disguised itself as logic, how insecurity disguised itself as humility, how self-doubt disguised itself as caution. You see how you've mistaken survival for identity. And then comes the moment of truth. The shadow self steps out of the mirror, standing beside you as an equal. Not as a demon, but as a neglected companion. The mirror Aeon's message becomes clear. You cannot become your highest self without reclaiming the parts of you you've abandoned. There is no awakening without integration. There is no wholeness without honesty. There is no self-realization without the willingness to look directly at what has been shaping your life from the dark. In that realization, something shifts. The shadow no longer feels threatening. It feels familiar, because it was always you. The mirror. Aeon's next revelation is not the past or the present. It is the future you secretly fear becoming. The reflection shifts again, and suddenly you see a version of yourself that looks hollow, tired, disconnected. A self shaped by avoidance. A self who never changed. A self who stayed small. This vision is not punishment. It is a warning. The mirror Aeon shows you the cost of refusing transformation. It shows you what happens if you continue to doubt your intuition, silence your truth, and betray your inner light. This future self stares at you with eyes that once held possibility, but now hold resignation. In this reflection, you see the dreams you never pursued, the projects you abandoned before they even began, the relationships you stayed in out of fear, the opportunities you let pass because you believed you weren't ready. The mirror Aeon shows you a timeline built entirely from not yet. Most people run from this vision. It is easier to numb yourself than confront what your life could become if you remain asleep. But the Aeon holds the reflection steady, insisting that you look. It wants you to feel the weight of your own choices. Not to shame you, but to awaken your agency. The mirror Aeon then shifts the reflection slightly. In this alternate version, you see yourself bitter, not because life was cruel, but because you refused to take responsibility for your own becoming. You see how unclaimed potential calcifies into regret, how avoiding your shadow turns into self-sabotage, how ignoring your soul creates a life made of quiet suffering. But just as despair tightens around you, the reflection changes again, softening, brightening. You see another future self, one who did choose, one who faced their fears, integrated their shadow, loved their truth. This version of you is powerful, steady, radiant, unmistakably alive. The contrast between these two futures is the turning point. You realize you are not bound to either. You are simply being shown what is at stake. And in that moment, the mirror Aeon whispers without speaking. The future is not a prophecy. It is a mirror of your willingness. With a single breath, you feel something shift inside you. Not hope, but resolve. Every seeker reaches a moment when the reflection becomes too much. The truths revealed, the shadows unearthed, the potential uncovered. It overwhelms the nervous system. And the mirror Aeon knows this moment well. It stands silently as your heart races, your breath quickens, your mind tries to pull you back into familiar illusions. You feel the urge to turn away, to retreat into comfort, to forget what you've seen. This is the threshold between awakening and retreat. The moment where most people choose the old life because the new one feels too vast, too demanding, too real. But the mirror Aeon does something astonishing. It cracks. A fracture of silver light splits across its form. The reflection distorts, not collapsing, but opening. The mirror breaks, not because you failed, but because you finally saw enough to step beyond seeing. Reflection has done its work. Now direct experience begins. Through the fractured mirror, you see not images, but energy, your energy, patterns, memories, wounds, strengths, the architecture of your soul laid bare. It is overwhelming, beautiful, terrifying. You realize your identity is not a fixed image in a mirror, but a fluid living field of consciousness. As the mirror splinters further, you watch your reflection break into countless versions of you: child, adult, wounded, healed, fearful, courageous, past, future, infinite. Every version glows with light, then dissolves into the same luminous core. The message becomes undeniable. You are not one version of yourself. You are the potential for all versions. When the mirror finally shatters completely, the mirror Aeon steps out of the shards, no longer reflecting you, but standing before you in its raw form. It is light shaped like understanding. It is presence shaped like truth. It is recognition without separation. The reflection is gone because you no longer need it. You have begun to see with the eyes of your own soul. With the mirror dissolved, the Aeon stands fully revealed. Its form is fluid, shimmering, always shifting. Sometimes it resembles you, sometimes someone you have lost, sometimes a being of pure light with no resemblance to anything human. It is not trying to confuse you, it is showing you the truth that identity is a costume worn by eternal consciousness. The Aeon moves without moving. It communicates without language. Its presence enters you not through your ears or mind, but through the space behind your chest, where truth is felt more deeply than it can ever be spoken. You realize the mirror was only a doorway. Now you are inside the room of your own being. As the Aeon approaches, you feel emotions rise that you cannot name. A sense of being completely known, completely seen, completely unhidden. A relief so powerful it feels like grief. A recognition so intimate it feels like returning to someone you've loved for lifetimes. Because in a sense you have. The mirror Aeon has always been with you, waiting for you to turn inward. It shows you memories, not personal ones, but soul memories. Times you abandoned yourself, times you reclaimed yourself, times you dimmed your light to be accepted, times you unleashed it and frightened yourself. You see how every lifetime was a practice in learning to witness yourself without fear. The Aeon then holds out its hand, not to give you something, but to show you something already inside you. A small sphere of light appears between your palms, pulsing gently. This is your true self, not as identity, but as awareness. Infinite, untouched by trauma, untouched by time, untouched by illusion. For the first time you understand, the mirror Aeon never reflected you, it reflected your perception of yourself. Now, it shows you your essence. You breathe deeply, feeling a sense of alignment that you've never known before. Your thoughts quiet, your emotions settle. For a brief moment, there is no separation between you and the Aeon. You are simply consciousness, witnessing itself. This is the moment awakening begins, not with insight, but with recognition. The mirror Aeon now guides you into the most sacred stage of the encounter: integration. Reflection revealed your truths. The shattering removed your illusions. Now the Aeon helps you weave together the fragmented pieces of your identity into a coherent whole. You see your shadow self standing before you, no longer dark or distorted, but simply another aspect of your consciousness. It steps closer, merging with your light self, like two rivers reunited. The divide between who you are and who you fear you are dissolves. Both were illusions. Both were you. Both have value. Emotions rise, old grief, ignored anger, forgotten joy, but you do not drown in them. Instead, the Aeon shows you how to hold them without judgment. Every emotion is a messenger. Every fear is a doorway. Every wound carries wisdom. Integration is not about perfection. It is about inclusion. The Aeon reveals that your highest self and your shadow are not opposites. They are partners. Your shadow holds your raw power. Your light holds your direction. Together, they form your true agency. Without accepting your shadow, your light remains dim. Without grounding in your light, your shadow becomes chaotic. As this understanding settles into your being, you feel an expansion around your heart. A warmth radiates outward, soft at first, then undeniable. You finally accept all of yourself, not just the parts you're proud of, but the parts you've hidden, feared, or neglected. Integration is acceptance. Acceptance is liberation. The mirror Aeon nods, as if acknowledging a sacred milestone. It shows you the unified version of yourself, grounded, powerful, compassionate, awake. This is not a fantasy. It is the real you, unburdened by illusion. When you breathe now, you feel your soul breathing with you. When you move, you feel aligned with something ancient and eternal. You are no longer fractured. You are whole. Integration is not the end of awakening. It is the beginning of becoming. With your shadow and light integrated, something extraordinary happens. The mirror Aeon shifts its posture. No longer towering, no longer reflecting, it stands beside you as an equal. Its light softens, its edges dissolve, and slowly, impossibly, its form merges with yours. You do not become the Aeon itself. You become its function, its awareness, its capacity to see truth without fear. The ability to reflect yourself, to witness your inner world clearly, moves from the outside to the inside. The mirror is now within you. You begin to sense the world differently. People's words no longer distract you. You feel the emotion behind them. Situations that once triggered you now reveal their patterns clearly. You see not just what happens, but why. You perceive not only your reactions, but their origins. This is the gift of the mirror Aeon. Clarity without judgment. The Aeon shows you how to hold your life like a mirror. How to look inward whenever you feel discomfort, confusion, or longing. Not to blame yourself, but to understand yourself. Awareness becomes your compass. Truth becomes your foundation. You begin to see that every person in your life has been reflecting something back to you. The ones who inspired you reflected your hidden potential. The ones who hurt you reflected your unhealed wounds. The ones who confused you reflected the parts of you you never explored. Every interaction has always been a mirror. You simply did not know how to read it. Now you do. When the Aeon finally steps back, its form is almost gone. Not lost, but integrated. Its voice, once external, now resonates inside your intuition. Its truth, once revealed through reflection, now emerges from your own awareness. You have not become perfect. You have become conscious. This is the moment when awakening stops being a concept and becomes a lived reality. As the last light of the mirror Aeon fades, you stand alone. or so it seems. But you are not the same being who began this journey. The world around you looks different because you look different. You see with eyes that no longer lie to you. You hear with awareness that no longer hides from the truth. You breathe with a soul that finally recognizes itself. You realize that your entire life was shaped by reflections you misunderstood. You chased validation because you mistook praise for truth. You feared criticism because you believed reflection was judgment. You felt unworthy because you accepted distorted mirrors as reality. The mirror Aeon shatters these illusions. It shows you the one reflection that matters, the one you hold of yourself. The Aeon's final revelation is simple yet devastatingly profound. You are the mirror for your own life. Every dream begins with how you see yourself. Every relationship mirrors your inner world. Every obstacle reflects your internal resistance. Every breakthrough reflects your inner permission. Nothing changes until your reflection changes. When you look inward now, you see potential instead of limitation, courage instead of fear, clarity instead of confusion. The self you denied becomes the self you claim. The truth you avoided becomes the truth that empowers you. The mirror Aeon has taught you the most important spiritual law. Clarity creates transformation. Awareness creates freedom. Truth creates evolution. As you walk forward, the world responds differently because you carry a different signal. You are no longer fragmented. You are aligned. You are no longer seeking yourself. You have found yourself, and the universe always rearranges for the soul that remembers its own light. You inhale deeply, knowing this journey is only the beginning. The mirror Aeon has returned you to yourself. The reflection has changed, and because of that, everything will. And now, the Aeon gently withdraws its presence, leaving you with one final truth echoing in your chest. Live as the one you saw in the mirror. If this journey awakened something deep within you, if you felt seen, if you felt remembered, if you felt reflected back to yourself in ways you've avoided your whole life, then let this be the moment you step into your truth. Share this video so others can meet the mirror Aeon. Like the video so this reflection reaches more seekers. And if you feel called to go deeper into the Aeons, into consciousness, into remembrance, explore my Gnostic-inspired novels and audiobooks linked below. They exist for the souls who are ready to see themselves clearly.
Yeah.